Good morning, everyone. We are live on YouTube and in Discord land. It is Monday, December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. It's 9:15 in the morning Eastern Time. How is everyone doing? Anybody getting snow? Got a good amount of snow in Pittsburgh. Finally, winter decided to show up. Winter a bit colder than expected, which is part of the reason why natural gas prices are spiking. Speaking of prices, let's look at the pre-market tape. S&P futures are down 0.15%. NASDAQ is up 0.09%. Dow is down 0.4%. Russell's down 0.22%. VIX futures are down 1.4%. Short-term treasuries are about flat. Long-term are down slightly. Gold is down 0.5%. Crude oil is about flat, just down 0.2%. Nat gas, let's see, I think nat gas, I just said it was up. It was up. Yeah, and a solid reversal. That tends to happen from Sunday nights through Monday mornings. Bitcoin is down 1%. The FTSE is about flat, up 0.08%. The Nikkei ended up about 1%. Shanghai index ended down about 0.2%. And the U.S. dollar is up 0.5% against other currencies. Market's just a tad bit muted. But yeah, that's to be expected right now. Doesn't mean markets won't move, but probably lower volume than what we would typically see, given the holidays. Should be interesting. Nonetheless. Yeah, quantum stocks. I mean, I don't even the one that has nothing to do with quantum computing, with quantum in the name, Quantum Corp. That one's squeezing this morning. Just no reason. I think Ion Q's up a bit. What do we got? Ion Q, QU, BT, QBTS, RGTI. A bunch of stocks still in research mode. Yeah. Those things are in bubble territory, 100%. I think some of them are up like 900% over the past year. It's just something insane, and people are now asking if it's time to get in. Yeah, this is probably going to give through the new year. I mean, if they announce some brilliant news, then obviously, it's a different story. But yeah, these stocks, they're just flying way too high, like a lot of stocks right now. But yeah, a lot of frothiness, kind of concentrated in a lot of these small caps, and like Tesla. Yeah, that'll more than likely give through the new year. I'm actually betting on it. Have pretty big bets on that, and I think the Dow will get some love. Because the Dow had, what did it have, like 10 days of losses. Finally had an up day Friday. But a lot of the components have been just thrashed. And some of them, I suppose it kind of makes sense. But others, they're just way oversold. So I usually don't look at the Dow as a a play that can outperform, like the Nasdaq or the SPY in the short term, anything like that. But yes, some of these Dow stocks, these Dow components, they're definitely due for some buying. That was way too big of a sell-off for those stocks. I think some of those, like United Health, that one's probably going to do pretty well through the first quarter. ConocoPhillips, I think Chevron, Amgen. Yeah, you have several stocks that just indiscriminately sold off like way too hard. So, yeah, I'm looking at those for some nice outperformance through maybe, I don't know, at least the first 2 months maybe. We'll see. I already put my plays on. I mean, if there's news, obviously, something changes, then maybe all bets are off, but yeah, we'll see. I would not be chasing the high-risk stocks. Not now. Google's chief, quantum. Yeah. Google said quantum computing, they're about 5-10 years out, and I think that's probably optimistic. So I mean, like as optimistic as you can possibly be. Okay, 5 years, and that's Google, and they have infinite cash basically. Last I checked, they had the most amount of cash on their balance sheet than any of the mega cap companies. Or I guess in that case, like I suppose, it's fair to say. I think it's safe to say Google has the most cash on their balance sheet than any company ever. So if that company says best case scenario is going to take us 5 years, I don't know about these other companies, man. Or if they're going to get that cash, they're going to have to dilute, issue debt. I don't know. If only we could talk to their engineers. And I read something interesting a while back, and it was talking about employees for those companies. Somebody mentioned like, oh, well, I talked to this person and they, they believe in the technology, whatever. Maybe it was solid state batteries. Can't remember. And the company had really high turnover. And somebody pointed out that, well, of course, the people that are still working there probably still believe in the tech because all the people that don't believe it either left or were fired. So you just, at the company, you're just left with the people that, they're just going to continue to believe. So maybe for the most part, maybe some people, they're just, they don't, but they just say they do, and they're just waiting to jump ship or something. Or, I don't know. Oh, maybe they just care about the paycheck. I don't know. But it is kind of interesting to point out, it's like not everyone at a company believes in the company, But it would be interesting to talk to an engineer nonetheless. Sounds like GME bag holders, yeah. But not a lot of insight there, and I think there's a reason for that. It's because there's not a lot to actually share, How long did it take for people to just come out in droves to explain generative AI and the process of training AI and training chatbots? At first, it was weird, but within 2 months, everyone was talking about it and explaining it and how it was going to be used and how it was practical. NVIDIA, immediately, first quarter, we're raking in the cash and we're increasing guidance. We're making good money from this. We're going to make a lot of money from this trend. It didn't take long to confirm. And then, of course, it was evident within a few quarters, right? So I don't know. It's hard to look at these stocks that are just flying and ignore them. But they just don't have any of those. They don't have any of those realistic tailwinds. They're not proving anything yet. And nobody's coming out to explain, oh, this is how it's practical. This is how we're going to use it. They're just kind of explaining what can be done. And that's the big red flag for tech stocks or this is what SPACs were doing. Don't talk about who you're selling to and how you're making money. just talk about the theoretical application of it. In other words, you haven't gotten anywhere. So, yeah, I am shorting these stocks. We'll see how tough that gets. I think even what Shkreli, he got in like maybe a week before I did. I don't know. Maybe he doubled down now. I'm not sure because I know the prices rallied pretty hard against him. But yeah, the short sharks are coming for the quantum computing stocks. I don't think any professionals, like real professionals, think that this, like quantum computing, this is it, and it's all figured out. I don't think anybody thinks that. Not the smart money. I think this is just a massive, this is just a small cap tide. All ships rise with the tide, and then people started talking about quantum computing. You had small cap stocks, especially the ones that are under $1 billion. They just started flying because of the word quantum. Case in point, Quantum Corp, which has nothing to do with quantum computing. So, honestly, I don't think it's a big brain play to short them now and say they're going to come down. I think that's an obvious thesis. But of course, the challenge is we don't know when they'll stop squeezing, when they'll give up. I think unless this big news that comes out in favor of them, and I mean like big news, it's going to have to either like a string of good news just going to have to keep hitting this industry, or one of these stocks is going to figure it out, or something, right? Unless any of that happens, I think we'll see them come down. Probably by mid-January, maybe end of January. I could see a lot of trading, a lot of unwinding of these high-risk trades come Inauguration Day, for sure. Chinese pump and dump. Got people trapped in Quantum Corp at 50. Yeah, man. Yeah, they don't even know what the company does. All right. Let's look some market news. Yeah, Friday was a pretty big day. S&P was up 1.1%. Nasdaq was actually lagged. It was up not by much. It was up 1.03%. The Dow ended the week down 2.3%. No. Hyatt Hotels is considering buying Mexican resort chain Playa Hotels, which has a $1.2 billion market cap. Playa's stock rose 11% pre-market. Hyatt's up 1%. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the biggest premium, but I don't know the specific dollar amounts or whether it's all cash or cash and stock. Maybe come back to that one later. Big bank sued over Zelle fraud. I think that came out sometime last week. U.S. regulators sued J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Zelle operator Early Warning Services, alleging failure to address $870 million in fraud losses on Zelle since 2017 and inadequate complaint investigations. Yeah, I don't think that's going to cause any problems. Not really. Zelle's not publicly traded. I think the banks are going to brush this off. I don't think that's big news. Google's proposed remedies to address its search monopoly ruling, including allowing rival search engines greater flexibility for placement on devices and browsers. The company rejected government calls to sell Chrome and Android. Yet, absolutely no surprise there. And I think they'll probably get their way. Yeah, there's no way they're selling Chrome. They might, I don't know. Maybe they're the default search engine for Apple devices. Maybe that'll change. But I mean, it's either them or Bing, right? Yeah, I don't know. Like if it's up to Apple, why would Apple choose Bing? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do about that. Let's see. Markets are open. S&P's now up 0.08%. Nasdaq is up 0.35%. Dow is up, or sorry, down 0.25%. Russell is about flat. VIX futures down 2.5%. Let's look at my handy dandy flex grid. So I think Google and Nvidia, Google, Meta, and Nvidia, and Broadcom. Okay, so Sexy Tech is up, and Meta. Yeah, Meta's up 2%. Let me check AMD real fast. AMD's up 1.8%. Big move there. Yeah, I guess semis are doing well right now. All right. All Meta stuff this year is H100, so will they spend more on Blackwell? Yeah, probably. Unless they get a deal with one of the other mega cat companies. Hmm. Nasdaq now up 0.5%. Yeah, this is looking like more froth. AMD's, yeah, AMD's flying actually. All right. News Corp sells Foxtel. News Corp and Telstra will sell their Australian cable TV unit Foxtel UK Sports Network DAZN for $2.1 billion, including debt. The deal provides News Corp a 6% stake in DAZN and a board seat. What's News Corp? NWSA? Is that right? News. Oh, that is right. Okay. Weren't they suing they were suing OpenAI for accessing their sources, not giving them any royalties or something? Fintech firm Dave surged 934% in 2024, becoming the top financial stock gainer after turning profitable and beating Wall Street estimates. I remember some people talking about Dave. Yeah, it must have been 2022. Yeah, I think they were talking about it as it was crashing, trying to make a bull case, and it looked like it was done. Well, they did a reverse stock split at some point. I mean, that was forever ago. The irony that I only hear them talk about it as it's going down, and then it goes up. Nobody's talking about it. Like they gave up. To me, it's pretty clear they gave up at some point, which maybe was wise depending on when they did. But yeah, 934% gain this year. It's trading at $88 a share. Had a low of about 450. Huh. No idea what's driving that. Like, not really. It could just be the small cap wave, short squeeze, whatever. They're actually profitable. Came back from the dead. Let's see. What's the market cap? They're only $1.1 billion market cap. And I think they still have a long way to go back towards their all-time high. So they were definitely a SPAC, and then reverse split at 32 for 1. Yeah, so man, they're still about 70% below their IPO, their SPAC merger price. Holy hell. What a stock. Netflix launched the highly anticipated second season of Squid Game following its record-breaking first season with 2.8 billion views. The company also netted exclusive broadcast rights to the 2027 and 2031 FIFA Women's World Cups. How is Netflix doing? Squid Game. Wonder if season 2 will be as good, or if they're played out. Doesn't the main character, don't they tease that he's trying to end it? And I'm like, no. Netflix isn't going to let you get rid of the Squid Game, sir. Xerox is set to acquire printer maker Lexmark for $1.5 billion, including debt, bringing Lexmark back under U.S. ownership. The deal would double Xerox's size and grow its Asia-Pacific portfolio. Xerox, what are they, XRX? Yeah, that looks right. Last I heard about Xerox, they were not doing well, and they were getting denied financing from certain banks. Man, what do they have going for them now? Should they just put AI and quantum in their name? I haven't seen a Xerox product in a while. And now they're making an acquisition. Very interesting. Zepbound treats sleep apnea. Eli Lilly gained FDA approval for Zepbound as the first drug to treat obesity-related sleep apnea, potentially broadening insurance coverage. I think Novo Nordisk got similar approval in the UK. And these drugs are just being approved for anything. I'm sure they're going to get FDA approval for treating impotence as well. OpenAI unveiled O3, a new AI system designed to excel in math, science, and coding by reasoning through problems. It will target programmers and students when it launches next year. Designed to excel in math, science, and coding. So is it just mediocre at math, science right now? I mean, I hope it's pretty good. Well, that's nice. The Container Store has gone bankrupt. Container Store filed for bankruptcy a mere 2 weeks after trading of the company's shares was suspended after it failed to keep an average market cap of at least $15 million. Was that TCS? Is that really what the market cap was? 15 million. Yeah, 15 million. Sorry. No. 1.2 million was the market cap. My mistake. Oh, man. How pissed are they that quantum stocks that aren't doing anything are worth so much money? Telegram has turned a profit. By year-end, messaging app Telegram is set to turn profitable for the first time, with revenue surpassing $1 billion, driven by ad subscriptions and crypto asset sales. The platform, valued at $30 billion, faces legal scrutiny and $2 billion in debt, but aims for stability and a potential IPO. Because why not? Chacharman 89. TC, what is that? TISG? Yachts? Trismus Groups. Let's see. I'm not getting anything. Is it OTC? Is there a reason it's OTC? TISG. Let's see. Is this the one you're talking about? Italian C Group? FAAC? What is that? I don't know what that is. You're talking loco. Adobe. We were just talking about Adobe last week. I think Adobe might get some rebalancing love. But this is I won't claim that I knew this specific thing would happen, but something like this is what I was worried about with Adobe. And what I'm referencing is well, it's just generative AI. I think it's pretty clear that's why they're lowering guidance. So markets that have long priced Adobe at a premium because it's been fairly monopolistic, and they just acquire their competition for the most part. Yeah, this is a pretty big wave, like in AI for them. I don't know. They can't acquire all the competition. They're still a staple in software as a service, but yeah, I don't know if they're. I think their reign might finally be coming to an end. Reign as in, I don't think this industry isn't going to be monopolistic anymore. So I think Adobe needs to be priced a little bit more conservatively. I think the markets are right. Maybe get some rebalancing love, but if you're trying to play a little bit of rebalancing through the new year, then I would say look for the most beaten up stocks, the stocks that got beat up for almost no reason, like some of the Dow stocks. You know, like if you're trying to pick a ship to ride the wave back up, then pick the most beaten down ship, right? But yeah, I don't know about Adobe. I'm not really bullish on them. Before, if it wasn't generative AI, then maybe, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think they should trade more like a Cisco. I don't know what their let's see. Let's look at their guidance real quick. So all right, so they still got double-digit growth. They did lower guidance for next year. Maybe they're going to lower guidance again. Yeah, I think that's something I would wait for. The valuation doesn't look that bad now. It looks a lot better than it did before, that's for sure. I don't know. Don't know. I'm sure some people will start coming out and saying Adobe's a value play, but I mean, hey, how many value plays have you seen that just continue to get beat up like year after year? Honestly, not sure about Adobe. Flip a coin. But yeah, I'm looking at other stocks that I think have been beaten up like way worse. Yeah, for the rebalancing play. I mean, look at here just to bring us some charts. One, look at the Dow. That's a nasty drop on the Dow. Dow, the actual company, that one is just. I don't think the news has been this bad for Dow Chemical. This is nuts. So I'm pretty bullish on Dow. Dow Inc., the stock, not the index. Um, what else you got? Amgen. Amgen's been beaten to hell. I suppose there are a few reasons there. Trial results of their weight loss drugs, stuff like that. But, they're still doing well. They just didn't meet really high investor expectations. ConocoPhillips, they're just getting beat down because so is, all of oil, the entire oil industry. Nat gas, not so much. But ConocoPhillips, yeah, they're owed some love at this point. That's a hell of a drop. Chevron, I think it's in a similar boat. Yeah. Mentioned UNH. Insurance stocks didn't always trade so richly. I mean, you look at the past, let's see, from July. Yeah, from about July to beginning of this month. I know people were talking about UNH and insurance stocks with the Trump presidency. It was a short-term trade. Like, it's all it ever was. I don't think insurance stocks should trade so richly. That doesn't make any sense to me. It didn't used to be like that back in the day. I mean, look at 20. Let's look at 20 to 23. From 140, about 140 to in what is that? End of 2019 to 190 end of 2023. And that's through a tremendous bull run. What was a SPY? Yeah, SPY outperformed the hell out of that. So that makes more sense to me. Even then, I would say that was still a little sharp of an increase for insurance stocks, but yeah, they had pretty favorable regulation through all that. So yeah, I don't know about the yachts play right now, man. I'm not familiar with the yacht market, but if it's because billionaires, I don't know. Hey, buy stocks. Isn't that the most bullish play on billionaires? Or real estate? I think yachts are a thing when interest rates are like really low. I mean, the interest on those things, the maintenance, oh hell. What's up, King D? Kerem, who would you guys get as a life coach to find purpose in life and quit corporate job to transition to business? Any recommendations? Asking for your dad. Is your father here? I don't know. Caesar. Where's Caesar? Caesar can be your life coach. There you go. Let me, yeah, I'll just point you to him. There you go. Yeah, Caesar's the designated life coach in the service, so I'd recommend speaking with him. Or as his life coach name, McLovin. He'll get you squared away. FLNG, Flex LNG ships for gas. LNG looks interesting. Why not Cheniere? Is Flex, what is, it's not Flex Limited, is it? There's no way. This looks like a fintech company or something. Flex Fact. Yeah, I don't know what that is. If you're bullish LNG, I mean, Cheniere's the big dog in town. What is... I don't know what Flex LNG is. Let me see. Oh, okay. I think you put the ticker. FLNG. Oh, man. What's wrong with this company? How are they getting beat up while the rest of the LNG market is taking off? Based in Bermuda. Let me guess. Are they profitable? I'll take a look at this one. But yeah, the fact that they're not doing well, despite the rest of LNG stocks doing pretty damn well, that's a bit odd. You have 14% dividend. What is wrong with this company? Oh man, yeah, I don't know. So I mean, they're a carrier, they're a tanker, so ugh, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, if you're bullish LNG, I would just look at the LNG stocks. The carriers, the tankers, people are always trying to time those, and I don't know too many people that time those well. And I know a thing or two about timing shipping stocks. I also told people like King D here that a good time to get out, and then he continued holding. Tisk tisk. Oh, and for those who didn't know, I won the bet against King D. Toast versus Zim. It was a brutal year, an emotional roller coaster. And I ended up winning nothing because it was initially a 6-month bet that Toast would outperform Zim. It didn't. I said double or nothing. I'm not an avid gambler, so I thought double or nothing meant something slightly different. Like I thought I still got something. I didn't know that I get nothing. I didn't know that's what the nothing part means. Another 6 months go by, I win, and my reward is $0 and 0 cents. I'm gonna be honest. I think for the sake of opportunity cost, I would have just, if I'd have known that, I would have just called it a day. I mean, wait, what do you do? Can you do like triple or nothing? Like, can you just keep going? But at any rate, I won. Speaking of bets, Tesla, I now have a bet against Andy. Where's Andy? Is he here? He's not here. Similar bet, but to the downside. So I think Tesla's going to drop more than Qualcomm. He picked Qualcomm. So that's the bet. I think he's winning right now, and we have until tomorrow, market close tomorrow, to see who wins that bet. So that'll be fun. He didn't put anything real on the table. No balls. But one of us has to work out or something. I don't even know. Yeah, Chacharman 89. Yeah, it's a high dividend, but that dividend seems more than offset by the decline in stock price. So, yeah, you're chasing yield, but you're taking a loss on the stock. Overall, it's still a loss. So I don't know. I mean, if it's trading distress levels and it looks good for carriers, then okay. But I don't think that dividend probably isn't. Let's see. I would really seriously question whether that dividend's safe or not. But just glancing at it, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be very bullish this stock. Yeah, it looked like it had its time to shine. And it's a shipping stock, and those are highly cyclical. I don't know. I don't see it, but I haven't taken a good look at the balance sheet. But I wouldn't chase dividend, that's for sure. Right. King D, do you want to come up and defend yourself? Defend your honor? All right. What do we got? Um, I'm looking to get a little bit bearish somewhere. Broadcom's up 4.5%. All right. I think I found my answer. Let's see. Broadcom. Did I already have put spreads? Is that what I bought? Oh, yeah, I did buy put spreads. Um, hmm. What else did I buy puts on? Dude, AMD is flying. Okay. Broadcom. All right. I think I'm going to add to these. Yeah. What was that? Short 205s? What did I get last time? All right. Let's go with that. And SPY. What's a SPY app? You could short the NASDAQ. And I feel like may as well short Tesla if I'm going to do that. I'm selling iron condors on Tesla. Let's see. I'm making decent money on those. Okay. Might actually close those. Otherwise, I kind of want to open a sizable short on Tesla. Maybe wait closer to inauguration. Yeah, it's looking so frothy. What do we got here? What's cheap? Let's see. Could I do some spreads? Some 300s, maybe. I don't know. What's got the volume? No volume. I'm gonna have to go to. Let's see. 280s. What does that get me? Do a little bit. Yeah, okay. All right. Bought some put spreads on Tesla from March. Pretty far out of the money. 300 280 strikes. When do they have earnings? Late January? Yeah, we'll see what happens. I just want to be short NASDAQ and a little bit short S&P. More so NASDAQ. So I think Broadcom and Tesla solves the short part for NASDAQ. All right. SMH, what's SMH doing? Is AMD still flying? Man, look at AMD go. Nvidia. How's Qualcomm? Qualcomm's up 2.6, 2.7. All right. Comcast. What's Comcast been up to? Not much. That thing just trades pretty strangely. How about the quantum stocks? Did they give up? Quantum Corp is up 9%. No reason. No reason at all. QBT. What else we got? QBTS. Yeah, I'm ready for these stocks to crash. Where's Google at? Google's now flat. They were doing well earlier. Meta was up over 2%. Now they're at 1%. How's Apple? Apple's flat. I can just check my flex grid at this point. So Semi's getting some love today. How about Intel, huh? Oh, they're actually up. I get so used to semis being up, like the entire industry, and then I look at Intel and it's flat or down. About Rivian. I thought of Rivian yesterday. I was just thinking about them. Like, what can they do? What's their market cap? 14 billion. What on earth can Rivian do? Tesla had they were working on automation in their factories, or they have automation in their factories. And I said at one point that they could get into robotics and automation, like they could actually diversify into that industry and, well, sell to other companies. I don't think they're doing that. And if not, I don't understand why. I mean, if they have the technology and if it's that good, maybe because it's not that good, I don't know. But that's what they were working on. I don't know. I'm just curious about these EV companies. All that capex, and I thought they were going into automation. I don't know if there's an angle there for Rivian. I don't know what they're doing. Like, it's just for making vehicles. Is that it? They got so much money, so much investment. And now they're losing the EV race. Yeah, I don't know what they can do. I think Lucid's fucked. Unless the Saudis just keep donating money. Which, I guess that hasn't really slowed down. But and I think Rivian is rated like the least reliable, one of the least reliable cars. Tesla didn't didn't do very well either. Um, Rivian was one of the most satisfying cars to drive, but it was one of the least reliable. And Tesla was similar. Yeah. I don't know what these companies are. I don't know what they're going to do. All right. Is anyone already on holiday vacation? Union Pacific Corp. Was that UNP? Oh, they sold off quite a bit. Are they in the Dow? A lot of strikes going on right now. 2.4% dividend yield. Yeah, they look all right. Not the sexiest play. Not where I'd put money. Frankly, it's not volatile enough. It's just a range of, 225, 250, 260, maybe? This whole past year? Yeah. IV is high right now. Last year went down to 180, 180s in a bull market. Oh, no. Yeah. That was last year in a bull market. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if it's a classic value play, but I'm not looking for classic value plays now. I'm looking for secular plays. Still value, but I want value, I want growth, I want it all. There's some stocks that have that. Or I'm making a big trade on like rebalancing through the new year, high risk stocks selling off, value plays coming back in general. But still, I want like the best value plays, the ones that got beat up the most. It's all that, or it's secular, or it's trading some macroeconomics, and of which there are some very interesting macroeconomic trades on the table right now. One of which I just released to my wealthy donors last week. So yeah, happy to get feedback on that. What you guys think? Came with another handy dandy spreadsheet. My trade is very simple. I really like my trade. But yeah, some of you guys like the stocks. You like dividends. So yeah, that'll be interesting. So yeah, that was it was the report, second part of the renewable energy series, or trading the renewable energy secular trend. I suppose it would be more accurate to call it that, because it's not all about renewables. And then third part's coming out next month. I think so far, so good. Because first part was, generally speaking, it was about nuclear stocks, and those just sold off since then. And the whole gist was, don't chase, avoid them. It's gonna take way too long. And it looks like that was a good call. Even the utility stocks have sold off. Yeah, the ones that people thought were safe. Not so much. BYD are the best EVs, buses, hybrids, batteries. BYD, man, yeah. I mean, that trade. I mean, I got in under 50. You averaged down like closer to the low, maybe around 45. Can't remember. Yep, they're winning. Definitely took that spike back in October to took advantage of that, cashed out. But yeah, what did he drop back down to? About 65. That's a good level. Yeah, I think Chinese stocks, the only thing I would want to be exposed to would be their EVs. Their EVs are just EV companies are, yeah, they're defying odds right now. They have won. Yeah, other Chinese stocks aren't looking too hot. All right, SPY starting to move down. It's nice little move down there. NASDAQ as well. Russell is down 1.1% now. All right, all right. VIX is starting to move up. Let's see. Oh, it has TLT. TLT's down. Okay, hang on. So stocks down, bonds down, gold's down. Yeah, all right. Yeah, we're starting to look a little. All right. Yeah, these are frothy markets. Everything's down. So let's see. You know what? Let's look at the flex grid. Okay, so let's put up SPY. Let's put up NASDAQ. Small caps. I'll put VIX right there. Let's look at Let's look at look at 30 years, 30-year treasuries, gold, crude, and then we'll throw up Bitcoin. All right, so everything is down. Everything that matters is down. Gold and stocks look similar. I don't see any real difference between the major stock indices, SPY, NASDAQ, Russell. VIX futures are up, of course, only 1%. 30-year treasuries are down. Gold is down 0.7%. Crude is down 0.8%. Bitcoin is down about 3%. So I would expect. All right, I guess let me take out the dollar or let me take out Bitcoin and put the dollar on instead. Kind of matters more. Okay, so dollar is up, so that's the one thing that makes sense. But I think overall stocks coming down, treasuries, gold, and the dollar moving up. It's sort of the same trade. Okay, so the dollar is, I guess, sensible right now. What does the dollar look like on the longer term? Yeah, dollar's been flying. What about gold? So I think. Okay, gold's not down as much as I thought. Still a decent move. I think treasuries are the play. I'd be surprised if we hit 5%. I don't think it makes sense for economies to rush into the US dollar and completely ignore treasuries. Because that trade, long the dollar, is short global currencies. Other global currencies implies you're concerned about those economies versus the US. So it's a bit of a flight to safety. Why wouldn't they buy treasuries when they're close to their yields are close to 5%? This could just be financial trading rather than your actual portfolio decisions. But I mean, the US dollar, it's less susceptible to that because of how much trading there is, how much volume. Yeah, I think treasuries are looking solid here. I know the Tasty Trade guys, I think they're almost like in unanimous agreement on that as well. Treasuries oversold. Yeah, I don't think it makes a lot of sense for markets to be very long the dollar and just completely ignore treasuries. Not right now. Interest rates are come back down. Yeah, treasuries should be going on a tear pretty soon. So that might be one of the. I think that and rebalancing the Dow versus the triple Q. I think those are probably the big short term plays for me. And I do want to be bearish stocks in general. Huh. This will be interesting. Tesla's still positive. What's AMD? AMD's hanging in there. All right. Bring back my old flex grid. This is the flex grid that matters. Just the Mag 7. And what did I have here? JP Morgan. All right. I think I'm going to call it a day, at least for YouTube people. We'll look at the tape real quick. SPY's down 0.3%. NASDAQ is flat. Dow's down 0.2%. Russell's down 1.1%. VIX is up. VIX futures are up 0.2%. Treasury's still down. Longer term down more than the short term, obviously. Gold is down 0.6%. Crude is down 0.7%. Nat gas is now down 3.5%. Bitcoin is down 3%. US dollar is up 0.57% versus other currencies. All right, YouTube people. This is the last talk for the year. So I will be seeing you guys next year. I think, let me check the calendar here. Monday, January 6th will be the next live talk. So yeah, to the YouTube people, probably hang out in Discord for a little while longer. Otherwise, if you want to join the server on stage there. Otherwise, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, or maybe you don't celebrate anything at all. In that case, just have a good Wednesday, and Happy New Year. And I'll see you guys